So not only were we doing that checking, we were only checking at literal level. So perhaps it's not surprising what Chall found and what we found in our original AIM assessments, that students were not comprehending well. Okay, what I'm going to ask you now at your tables, no, we'll do that in a minute. Questioning, why do we question students in reading? Why do we do it? Pardon? Track understanding, yep. Okay, I'll do Sandra first, and then I'm not sure, the voice from the other side, I'll follow through, yes.
I'm just thinking it's a way of modelling how we question.
Yep.
When we read ourselves.
We might model, yeah. Sorry, someone over here.
Encourage them to think deeper.
Yeah, encourage thinking. Okay.
Find out their prior knowledge.
Yep. Okay. All right, thank you. We're going to look deeper and let's see if we might add to our understanding or thinking further on that as we go through the morning. Okay, teach students to ask questions before, during and after their reading. Why would we do that? You've listened to me for the last 20 minutes. I'm going to ask you to discuss now at your tables. Why would we teach students to question before, during and after reading? Have a discussion and then we'll draw back together our observations and your discussions and questions. I can see coaches saying, I know why. I can see you moving. Okay, thank you. Discussion time for you. Okay, let's unpack that a little further. Actually, I'll go back. I'll ask you, this is kind of silence and we're all being really honest and among friends. If we were honest with ourselves, where do we ask most of our questions? What's most of our teaching directed to? Questioning before, questioning during or questioning after? After. It's still mainly about after. So our change of thinking is toward why we would encourage students to be questioning before and during, and then how can we do that? As learning leaders, developing our knowledge and understanding in order to work with our staff back at school, because most of it is still around, our questioning is still around after the reading. If you had to, they're all important and this is a theoretical construct only, if you had to choose one of them as being more important, which would you choose? During. And that's our ultimate aim, that students are questioning during the reading. And as you told me on those charts last week, as proficient readers you do that and you do it unconsciously. It's an embedded, familiar, known practice. And that's the vision or the aim of where we want to get, that students can do before and after in order to be successful with their questioning during. Why do we question? Early years stated that questions propel readers forward, and Sandra was getting on to that point. That questions create curiosity and motivation and purpose for the reading. And questions help focus the reading effort. If we've got students who are poor comprehenders, we can be certain that they're not focusing their reading effort. Perhaps they don't know what to focus on, perhaps they don't know how to focus. And that's the discussion around comprehending strategies. Questions can help clarify confusion, they stimulate close reading and the ability to seek and explore and think as we read, and questioning across programs and questioning at different levels. Now, I'm going to ask you again at your table to discuss some ways that you might work with students. You may have already applied this approach, or some ideas for how might we work with students to be questioning before their reading. Discussion at tables, and then we'll get some ideas back. What could you do to encourage students to be questioning before they're reading, how would you go about it? Options for question stems for you, but the importance of, if it starts at prep and the understanding starts at prep and the work around it, and Sandra was saying by grade 2, discovering in grade 2 that students could not generate a question, but the idea of comprehension starting early and what we need to do to build capacity. If we start early in prep so that students understand what a question is and are able to generate a question, by grade 2 we should be able to be going deeper